Hello and welcome back to the Fight Me Bro betting show. We're your hosts, Matt and Nick, and we're starting off the fourth quarter, second week of the fourth quarter. But we're starting off with I am down in the hole. I think I'm somewhere in the range of down 10 units, so not a great start. Tai Tuivasa kind of fucked me there. Still love you, but you really did fuck me. But the good news is I love this card. I had to pull back because there was stuff just jumping out at me.
You're down 10 units. Now's not the time to pull back.
I know, but also now's not the time to start digging to China. So I think I have...
There's no better time.
I have...
Leave room for a comeback.
5 total bets, but how many do you have?
3.
3? Okay, well then I'll start. First off, I'm going with Matt, the Steamroller Frivola versus Violent Bob Ross. I think he's a plus 160 underdog. I like him here because, one, I only see him fought when he fought Jalen Turner, and I bet on Jalen Turner, who's 6'3" and 1,000,000 goddamn pounds, and he lost the fight. It seems like right. Violent Bob Ross is his thing, is just being taller and more physical, and Frivola's kind of already passed that test of being able to like fight the taller fighter, make it more of a wrestling match, like really kind of push the pace here. And I don't know, I like Bob Ross's whole character, but
I was gonna say I feel like you just hate Bob Ross.
No, I like his character, but there's been a couple questionable fight decisions he's made, and I just don't think he's all that good. So at plus 160 here, I really like it, and plus whenever you could support Sarah Longo guy, you kind of have to, you know, especially after Ally Keith lost last week. They're gonna bounce
keep
back.
Right in that stretch. Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, my first one, I'd be amazed if you didn't have this on your card, but the most obvious bet of the entire card, you gotta go with Nico Price over James Vick.
Really? Because I thought about it.
This is just James Vick moving into a division where people hit harder. Knockout.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna take the knockout line because I'm just erring on the side of caution in the sense that maybe if James Vick puts on a few pounds, he'll gain a little bit of chin.
Yeah.
However, like, for those of you at home, if you're not trying to just run up the score on a betting show, you might as well just take the knockout line. But I think Nico Price is like a minus 160 here. Easily see this is going to be James Vick volume, and then it's going to be one of those fights where James Vick probably lands on more punches in quantity.
Yeah.
Every powerful shot that lands will be from Nico Price until James Vick just crumbles like a baby giraffe.
Mm-hmm. No, I saw it. That's another one that jumped out at me, but for some reason I'm like, this is a rat line. Like, this is one that looks so obvious. I even looked at like the unders on this, and I'm obvious. It's very obvious. And
shoot first, ask questions later.
Exactly. I just didn't want to get the heartbreak here, and I totally forgot this was at I just didn't do the math in my head. I totally forgot this was up at 170. So yeah, maybe that does help his chin. I don't know, man. I feel like in these cases,
flatlined like 4 straight fights.
I think 3, and I don't know. Like when the weight cuts. I feel like those are times where the chin just starts to slowly deteriorate. So I don't know where he's at right now.
I don't have high hopes for James Vick. He's too busy worried about keeping his guns.
Yeah,
he's not worried enough about winning fights.
True. All right, well, moving on. Going to my next bet. I'm going with the newly. What do you say? New mama? Like new mother? I don't know. Mackenzie Dern. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern here over Amanda Ribas. I think she's a minus 140 favorite, which I'm a little bit surprised here. I kind of thought that the UFC would give her a total can. Seemed like a pretty UFC thing to do, but it seems like they're...
Ribas has beat Emily Whitmire.
I know, which is pretty much it, but like it's a much closer line than I thought. I thought it was going to be someone like minus 300 at least, because I feel like that's probably been the closest competition she's had so far. This is definitely the closest line. And sneaky smart in the UFC, basically putting 2 hot Brazilians into the cage, so at least they're gonna leave with 1 hot Brazilian with the W. But I like Mac Dern here. It seems like this other girl's thing. She only fought once in the past 3 years.
Yeah, she was suspended for 2 years.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Well, hopefully she's not back on the juice. And it seems like her thing is doing jiu-jitsu, being the Brazilian jiu-jitsu girl. I'm sorry, but Mac Dern's just better at that. So hopefully this girl has trash stand-up, because I have not watched her fight, but I like Mac Dern here. And plus, she's hot again. So hot Mac Dern is very good.
Yeah. Okay, so second to last for me. You'll have to rattle off a couple here. But I've been talking all week for weeks on end, about how you need to look at this main event line very, very closely. And it is contentious. we almost had a missed weight, a missed whatever. Michelle Waterson looks ripped. Joanna is got this weird delusion that she still thinks she's the champ. So, while the smart play, just because when you go back, you watch a little film, you break it down. One fighter is clearly much better than the other, and that is Joanna is significantly better than Michelle Waterson.
True.
So if you are betting straight up, 1 for 1, you got to go with Joanna here, which I am not doing. What I'm going to do is scroll all the way down on your book to that little Michelle Waterson by split decision line for plus 1,100.
Ballsy.
And
I like that.
You take that because if Michelle Waterson wins, there's a 0% chance she's knocking Joanna out. Mm-mm. There's also a 0% chance that she is going to submit Joanna. Well, the only way that Michelle Waterson is going to win this fight is if Joanna's just like out of it. Like completely out, just looks kind of lost out there, and Michelle is just throwing the kicks at range. Whatever. There's too many. This is just one of those fights where like Michelle's a good fighter, but there's just too much physical stuff to overcome. Like just not fast enough hands, not strong enough hands, probably not a powerful enough sprawl. Well, not that Joanna would take her down, but like not strong enough in the clinch to be able to like really operate and separate positions. Too many physical things to go against her, and just that are going to keep her from getting a finish. What she could do, though, is throw a bunch of spinning kicks, do her, like, she's got a wild arsenal of kicks that not often as of late have done damage, but they look pretty.
I was just going to say, they look pretty, man.
Like, looks good in shorts. So it's just like, you throw those around, you land a couple jabs and some exchanges, Joanna's kind of out of it, and you could steal, like, 2 rounds off her from just Joanna not doing anything, and then you just got to kind of win one, which I could see, and Michelle Waterson's had this game plan as of late to just push people up against the bench, which, like, I don't... Again, Joanna's stronger than her, should manhandle her, but if Waterson's initiating, I could easily see a world in which Michelle Waterson just ends up weaseling out, like, some weird-ass decision that everybody hates come Sunday morning. That's why you got to go with it. Because it's too risky to just take the plus 300 and then sink the bet immediately when Joanna comes out and it's like, oh, wow, we're 2 rounds into this, and Michelle's face looks like someone took a meat pulverizer to it.
Yeah.
Can't have that. But what you can do is for the 10-1 payoff or the 11-1 payoff or whatever, worth the investment. Even a small bet. You might even put a quarter unit on it and try to cash in big. So that's my number 2.
I like that a lot. I'm taking Waterson just straight up plus 305. I do think it's worth it here. Like you said, if we were betting with our brains, we would... Come on, we're not that type of show here. We bet with our gut, we bet with our feeling here, and Michelle Waterson has looked fucking absolute diesel town lately. Seems like Joanna, like you pointed out in the past, she's got Michael Chandler syndrome, where it seems like she's doing a lot of Instagram workouts, where it's more about putting on a show and just making it look like you're working very hard. But I'm starting to question how hard she's actually working, and I didn't even think about the split decision. This has, like, Michelle going out there being super aggressive round 1, maybe Joanna, like, starting to pull away. There's an ugly, like, round 4, and then Waterson finishes off strong where she edged out a split decision. And this totally sets up, like, this is the type of decision that Joanna, like, loses, and then she could be like, oh, I totally won that fight.
Yeah.
Like, I totally could, like, already picture it. And so I'm not doing it on the show because I'm not going to steal any valor, but in real life, I am going to be placing that bet. But I like Waterson here, and, I mean... Realistically, I think Joanna's gonna win. But I've ruled out Michelle Waterson in her last 3 fights, and every single time Waterson proves me wrong.
It's been pretty clear too.
Yeah,
and there's only one of those that has been like contentious.
And I've went like I think 2 units like every single time against Waterson. Like she's not be able to cover distance. Like I don't know how she's going to win this fight, but somehow she finds a way. So for this time, you know what, just throwing caution to the wind. I'm betting on Joanna. And I like that split decision.
Wait, what?
Not Joanna, Michelle Waterson. Michelle Waterson.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. But,
she does have Michael Chandler syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like competing with Demi Big Gagby and like the other chick, the Brie girl that does backflips, not other fighters.
Brittany
like
Hurts, you mean?
Is that it?
Yeah.
The one that Chris Weidman was like, came out of his pants for.
Oh, yeah.
When she did the splits. Yeah, like she's just running.
Yeah.
Like doing a lot of running and a lot of skipping. She does a lot of skipping on Instagram.
She's really trying to build that social media brand. Like last night, I think she posted a picture of her like in like a dress and.
I'm all for that. That's fine. It's just I get confused when fighters just like all right, you're a fight, like, I get it, like, okay, you're hitting pads and stuff, but it's like, okay, like, a good example is you take, like, a Tiff Time Bomb, always doing, like, footwork stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, and then I'm cool with the dress thing, but again, it's like, Michael Chandler's posted workouts nonstop, right? There's only so much time in the day that you can be working out. If you have 3 hours of workout content, none of which is fighting, on Instagram, where's the fighting happening?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. And Joanna's doing that.
Anyway, like what I was saying before, like Joanna yesterday, like she was like in a dress and she was like on a rooftop and it looked like she was just like hanging out, just taking a post. I'm like, I know you're going through hell right now trying to cut weight. Like, why are you trying to put like out content like this? It doesn't really make, I don't know. For me, it raises some questions on like, all right, what is she really as dedicated as she was before? Or is she trying to become more of like a personality? So I like Waterson, not Joanna here. Now we're on the locks because I have 2 locks this week.
Oh. Wow.
Double downing on the locks, and it comes in the same fight. I'm going Crone Gracie over Cub Swanson at -170. It is a huge jump up from Alex Caceres. I will say this, but Cub Swanson's on a 4-fight losing streak, and he's 35 years old. Again, we're not big Father Time guys on this betting show, and quite frankly, I think Crone Gracie is just one of those elite athletes who's very, very, very skilled. And it doesn't help that I think out of the last 4 losses for Cub, 2 of them have been through subs. And out of the last 6, 4 of them have been through subs. So,
that's not great.
Yeah, it's not great. Especially, so I'm taking Crone Gracie by sub as well at +100 even money, which isn't the best odds ever. But at the end of the day, like I feel like, although I'm a little bit scared that Crone might get on top and then try to prove something and like ground and pound and just like,
that would be the least of my worries. I'd just be worried that he's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, that too.
That would be the biggest worry.
Yeah, true. But he hasn't taken a ton of damage.
He also hasn't fought anyone that knows how to strike.
True, but he just has to get him to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. That one I stayed far away from that one. That one's tough. Just because I don't know how.
The UFC's putting him on the fast track, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
the Cub
really
Swanson
fast.
is like, I mean, again, huge step up from Alex Caceres, but I don't know that a win over Cub Swanson does as much for you as it did before.
True, after the 4 losses.
Yeah, like I don't. So it's like fast track in terms of like the name is there, but
yeah.
What's a win over Cub Swanson get you nowadays? Like, not a lot.
True.
But it's just one of those things where. Like, I could see Cub Swanson just being, like, Alex Caceres sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could just see Crone tries to shoot or something, and it's like, oh, he knows how to sprawl. This is bad.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Because it did not seem like Crone's striking was anything great in the Alex Caceres fight. Like, it was very, like, I think that if they had to just have a kickboxing match, Alex Caceres would beat him.
Yeah. But that's why, like, the UFC set up this match because of idiots like me. I'm like, Cub Swanson. I'm like, man, if Crone Gracie beats Cub Swanson, like, he's fucking ready for a title shot. Just because I'm thinking like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago when he fought Brian Ortega. Like we weren't that far long ago before like Brian Ortega, Frankie Edgars, and now it's like, oh, we're really going down the hill here.
You gotta count the losses though. It's like you think of them individually and it's like, well, 2 years ago about Brian Ortega. It's like, yeah, but in between then he also lost a B, C, D.
Yeah.
So that's tough. Okay, well my lock of the week is not that. I gotta be honest, I haven't felt this good about a lock of the week in quite some time, but you Mackenzie Dern at -140 is stealing money this week.
Yeah.
Stealing. Like literally go into mom's purse, lift about $50 out of there and run to your nearest sports gambling establishment. And you can almost double that money.
That's like double. That's like double jeopardy. If you're stealing from your mom to steal money for gambling, it kind of like
then you
cancel each other out. So then it's a good thing,
right? That's like relate all the things that you said. Like Ribas seems good, whatever. Just they're not gonna feed Mackenzie Dern someone that can beat her just yet.
Yeah.
That this line is way too close.
Mm-hmm.
Like way too close. This should be in the -2s.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not gonna give her someone. They gotta have. She's gonna come back. Like, oh man, mom gets a win in the octagon type of thing. Like blah 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 blah. She's gonna have her famous Brazilian jiu-jitsu dad there, and then the kid can come in the ring and all this pageantry shit. Like they're not setting her up to fail just yet. She's not about to be fighting like the Macy Barbers, the so-and-sos. Like she's like even just girl, like those are just girls with like stopping power. Like she's not even gonna get to that territory. It's just gonna be like As long as Mackenzie Dern doesn't colossally fuck up, if she just goes out there, shows some of that basic 1-2 shit she showed at the open workout, and then just does more jiu-jitsu, she'll be able to just like out-athlete her way to like a coasting, comfortable 30-27 decision.
Yeah.
I like minus 140. I could not believe that. I was like, is that like the sub line? I was very confused. I thought that was some sort of prop line. At minus 140, lock it up. Mackenzie Dern, it's stealing money this week.
Yeah, no.
Hand over fist.
I like that a lot. I just assumed, like, man, this Rivas girl, I didn't really know much about her. I'm like, this girl must be better than I assumed. But, I mean, I'm hoping that Mackenzie goes out there and starts to showboat. Like, that video that leaked a few weeks ago where she's just absolutely melting pads. But I want to go out there and just fucking get pretty with it. So, let's do it, Mackenzie Dern.
I want to see one of the flying
Daddy needs a fucking win. Bad. Bad. I can't let this guy come from behind and win it in the fourth quarter. So, that wraps up our show for UFC Tampa. Okay. Next week we have, I don't know, we never know. I don't know why I keep asking that. But tweet us out as usual at Below the Belt MMA and hit us up with any tips because we love insider tips. So see you next week, guys. Peace.